Nova Speakeasy. My name is Nova, or most of you guys know, Lewis. This is a video just my first impression on the movie Death on the Nile, and I just want to let you guys know that this is my first time watching it. I just got it in the movie theater and I was honestly shocked. But first, I want to thank AMC for the amazing Dolby Cinema experience, and it's one of my first times watching a big movie with my friends in the Dolby Cinema, so it was perfect. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I really do appreciate if they do want to sponsor us. However, like always, please like and subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate it. We post content every single day from anime, shows, and movies, and we love making content for you guys, and we do want to hear more of you guys in the comments. And now on to the video. So quick backstory before I start. I have never heard or read any of the ABC murders. Neither have I watched the original movie, The Orient Express, with the same main character, by the way. I went to this movie blank. I did not know anything about this movie. I watched one trailer, and I knew that this was a murder mystery movie. And honestly, I thought this was going to be a bad movie. I thought at best case scenario, it was going to be a decent movie, and I'd never watch it again. But I can say this in full confidence. I really love this movie. I think it could be one of the best movies in 2022. Honestly, knowing that this was a murder mystery really helped the movie. I really enjoyed spending my time watching and knowing who was the murderer. I had no idea who was the murderer throughout the movie. I was honestly astonished at the ending. And I also felt like the character's story development was really good, especially Perot. Perot, the detective. I must call him detective at this point. I honestly was intrigued by his story, and I really liked his development throughout the film. However, I like how many takes and attempts that the movie successfully, I would say, gave each character. It was perfect across the board, and I made sure that each story was like perfect. And even with Perot, he didn't really have a story. He didn't have a big arc, but you can tell his emotion and his path throughout the movie. And you also be able to see the motivations and throughout the characters, and it felt so great. And you were able to put on sus on this character and really forget about another character, but the next scene be like, oh damn, this character could also be the killer too. And it really made perfect storytelling throughout the film. All right, now onto the spoilers. If you're not gonna watch this movie, please stay. If you are gonna watch this movie, go watch it and please come back, because I got a lot to say. Firstly, I do want to talk about Gadot's character and how surprisingly decent it was. And I'm not saying that she was bad. She was way far from bad. She was perfect in this room. I think this is one of her best performances she had that I've seen. But I didn't connect to her character. However, I was shocked with her death after feeling that she was basically used. And I mean, really used for their whole promotion. Every AMC I went to, her poster was right there. She was front and center. It's not even the main character. It's not even the main character in the poster. It was her. You literally see her in the middle. I mean, what? Now on to the main character of the film, Peok, the detective. He's pretty amazing throughout the film. I think he carried the film strongly. He carried the film. And also him being emotional and feeling emotion at that point was amazing in the beginning. I think that really connected us with the character a little bit. And also showing us his cocky and rude side to actually enjoy his character, and knowing that he knows that he's one of the best, one of the best detective in the world. And it's pretty perfect. I love how he had a sidekick in every investigation scene of Beok. Beok is like supposed to be like his best friend, but like he's a young, fancy type. He's also trying to find the murderer with him. It's just amazing. I just found it funny. I think it's well paced as well. I also got up from my seat a lot just to understand what's going on, and me trying to find the murderer as well with them. I think each investigation scene literally led you to the killer, and we still didn't know who it was, and that's best storytelling. Even with Bayuk's investigation scene, even though he was the sidekick, he was also an investigation from the detective, and I like that because that shows us that it could be really anyone. Now, I really like the content of that scene because it really got to know that why he's being investigated, and it was because of love. And I get onto his story later on, and it really shows Payok angry side. We didn't really see that in the other investigation. He really got angry because this is his sidekick, and I really liked how he got on him and being this rude detective, showing his bad cop impersonation. And also, I also like how these scenes also hinted of why they could be the killer and why they're not. For example, there was two ladies in the film who were in forbidden secret love affair. They were in this love affair, and the movie slowly tells us, like, hey, look at this bed real quick. Why is it so clean and looked untouched? Oh, these two ladies were in their bedroom together? Hmm. And the detective literally found out, like, in a snap. I promise you that. This was pretty good story hinting, and I think it could be perfect. If you paid really close attention, it could spoil it, but if you're not, I think it's still pretty good. Right before I go to what I didn't like about the movie, I want to mention one more thing. Uh, it's going back to the visuals and how I feel during a scene because that really got to me within the movie. The best thing I can describe, besides the table scene I mentioned previously, was the reveal scene. It was shot perfectly. I really liked the intensity it had, the stakes, because literally Perot was astonished. He failed. He even said, I failed in this case. He literally felt in the pressing mode. And I really love it. Like he was so angry inside, but you didn't see it in person, but you felt it. You really felt it. And it was so perfect. And not only that, it was able to show us not only visually, because they did show us like his whole explanation of who he knows who's the killer. Because not only he's the greatest detective, he knows who the killers are at this point. But he was able to speak on it, and even listening to it, you knew like you're in his mind. There we go. I understand. He didn't. It wasn't like, oh, he spoke all these brilliant words, big words, and someone says, please English, please. No, it was brilliantly scripted. Where not only his audience understood it, we understood it, and it was perfect. And I really liked it. I'll get on the killers a little bit later on, but I just want to say wow to that scene. Like in every film, there's always bad stuff about it, and this movie has no exceptions towards that. The things I really hated was that they had a side plot of Babe's forbidden love. Wait, wait a minute. Is this directly lonely or something? What is he in forbidden love right now, bro? Do you need me to help you find someone? I can help you. Like I have time. But Baek is in love with the actress who plays Sherry, and they look like a great couple. Like I could see them date, but it was Perot was assigned to this top secret case that he was supposed to investigate Sherry and her mother to be a perfect fit. Like it made sense, I guess. I think it could be easily cut out of the film, and I wouldn't care any less. And the worst part is, it wasn't because she was black, because this was set in the 30s, 1930s. Don't get at me. This was set into 1930s, and that's uncommon. But it wasn't because of that. When you know the full context of this, it was because his mother, does not believe in love, and too many men broke her heart. I mean, many girls broke my heart, but I'm still living, kinda. On to the next segment. I'm crying inside. Another thing that I really hated about this movie was the reveal on the killers. Before I tell you who the killers are, I want to tell you who I thought it was. I believed it was the cousin and the husband. And I do like how they pay homage to the first kill attempt by the cousin. Even though he wasn't the killer, I liked his motive of why he did it. But I have to throw away my detective title and tears all around. It was actually the old fashioned cliche of the best friend of Gal Gadot and her husband of Gal Gadot. By the way, they were ex-lovers from the beginning of the film. They were engaged and they broke it off, but now they're ex-lovers. And I tried so hard to hope that this movie didn't take that route. And the movie actually made me believe that they were not going to either. And I really didn't like how they died at the end. It made sense for the best friend's story. Like, that made total sense of committing suicide with the husband. But I felt like they could have executed it way better. Like, maybe the husband was shot by the detective, and the lady's like, "Oh no, he died. Let me kill myself too," and because I didn't want to die without him. So I thought that could have been better, but I can't complain, to be honest. It was okay. Another thing I hate about this film is that the ending. It gives you a 6 month later ending, and it was okay. I can't say that much about it. It was okay. There's words the detective went to the bar and sees his love interest singing at this bar when it was closing. He also shows that he removes his mustache that was hiding his scars from his war experience. It was okay. I wished for like a hint of another film that they could be doing and show more development for this character, because I like it. But this ending shows that even though he lost his best friend of Bayuk and his failure to realize who was the killer sooner, it really shows, and it still shows that he was able to stay optimistic and enjoy life for what it is. And I really like that meaning. But I wish it could have hinted at another film. I believe this film deserves a 7.5 out of 10. There's a lot of things I would change from this film, but it's still pretty good. I really like it. I highly recommend it if you were going to watch it in the theater. I also highly suggest if you're going to watch this a second time, it better be in the distant future. If it's not in the distant future, you're probably going to ruin it. If you do, you have to not remember anything in this film so you can still get that good experience. I know I didn't go really in depth in the film like I would. However, I am trying to watch the original Orient Express movie and the TV series ABC Murders so I can do a whole video on it. I know that there's also another show of the detective actually that has like 10 plus seasons. I'm not watching it. I know most of you might like it. I'm not watching it. And that's way too long. And I have no time. Plus, the ABC Murders give a better and unique perspective on this character. So I like to go into deep with that as well. I will be covering these with Grim and Ruff, who are big on the series and they really enjoy it. And they have more perspective on it than I do. I just want to make this real quick. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you had an amazing day. I see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe as well.